All right, gotta use your imagination a little bit. This was my setup last night. Here's a ridge line. You can see it. Goes from this tree down to my trekking poles. The trekking pole has two lines out to stabilize it. It's stable. So then I just made an A-frame across the top, and I'm on a hill, as I mentioned. So I use this log here to keep me from going that way. Now, one thing I should have done is move this log right here. So during the night, my bivvy, see the bivvy? I don't know if I've ever shown you, all set up. It's kind of set up now. That's my pillow. That's my inflation bag and clothes bag. Once I'm done inflating, I put my clothes back in it. That's my pillow for now, since my pillow popped. I got a new one coming tomorrow though, so we're all good. So that goes inside for my pillow. But this whole bivvy slid down. You can see a little padded down dry area there. So I was down there, and you see right now I just have the A-frame flipped over, just so I can start breaking camp down. This is the morning after. I'll probably put it on last night's video, but just keep in mind this is the morning after. So yeah, there's two sheets here. So this one just that side just flips over here, gets strapped down here. It was cozy, just slid too much, but that was good. And inside that bivvy, I basically used this ridge line to tie up above my face. So the bivvy stayed off my face. You got a clothesline. Sometimes I'll hang a light from that. But and I just had my pack and everything lined up on this Tyvek here, and use a little Tyvek across the log so don't damage anything on my bivvy or sleeping bag or me. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna move on to getting this packed up and get out of here. And I'll give you a good morning video here in a minute. Good morning, everyone. Day 96, getting close to 100. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's slow and steady here. Looks like the camera's a little foggy. It's a little damp out still. And I'm walking through some mud and slippery rocks here, so bear with me. Day 96, we got a good 22 miles or so yesterday. Nice little trip to a deli, half-mile off trail. May skip the one today. Have plenty of food to get into Connecticut and meet up with a fellow YouTube slow and steady watcher. Appreciate it. I don't know if he wants to be called out or not, so I won't say who it is yet until he gives a green light. But appreciate a little trail magic from him, and he's going to help out with. I bought a new pillow to replace mine that's popped, so I can stop using my inflation / clothes bag as a pillow. Although it's worked fine. I'm not too picky, but it'll be nice to have another pillow. In all honesty, that pillow I've had for ages. I've taken it to Alaska a couple of times. I've camped all over the country with it, maybe overseas, I don't know, but it's never been the most comfortable pillow. It's a nice Sea to Summit one, but not my favorite. But it just never broke, so I kept using it. But I think its reign of use comes to an end tomorrow. So anyway, I think today is around 22 miles, somewhere around there. Might not be too late. We got mosquitoes got me here. Might be a reasonably early, got a reasonably early start around 7 this morning. And if we don't stop at the deli, that'll save some time. Not that we need it, and this will have a stage just outside Kent tonight. So if we did need to go in, we could run into Kent in the morning, but most likely we'll just head on up to Cornwall Bridge. That's about 10 miles by trail from Kent. And we'll go up there and do some resupply and a little bit of socializing and get the new pillow and meet the person who's helping out with everything. So look forward to meeting him. Of course, by the time you see this, it'll be long in the past, but that's all right. You'll still get the whole story here. with that said, I'm gonna get hiking here. Some cool water walking by here, and see if we can get some miles in today, and get staged outside Kent. Let's see how it goes. But thanks for watching. If you like anything you've been seeing, make sure you hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, leave me a comment. And as always, I get back to everyone on here. It's not always quick, so be patient. The number one priority out here is safety and hiking. Number two is staying healthy with eating and doing all that planning stuff. Number three is YouTube. and getting back to all you guys that are helping with the motivation to keep me going to Maine. So also remember, I have a Gmail account. It's HikingWithSlowAndSteady@gmail.com. HikingWithSlowAndSteady doesn't have any symbols, all spelled out. So shoot me an email. I don't check it every day, but when I do, I'll get back to you. All right. Catch up real soon, and looks like it's going to be another really nice day for hiking. Cool, overcast. We do have some real hot days coming, mid 80s, high 80s. So try to get some miles in before, because those days require a whole lot of stopping to cool off and drink a lot more water. And I generally just don't do as well in the heat. So that's why I started this adventure in February. All right, we'll catch up real soon. Enough jibber jabber. Get back to work here. Bye. There's another one of those huge trees. I don't know my trees very well, as you probably can tell by now. I'm sure it's obvious to a lot of you what it is. Maybe you let me know. All right. All right, did some homework. That's the Dover oak tree. It says it's over 300 years old. It says it's the largest oak tree on all the AT. Well, here's a new sort of green tunnel. This tall grass on this little boardwalk through the swamp. Who knew New York had swamps? But they definitely do. But thanks for the boardwalk. Florida, you may be walking on boardwalks, or you might be walking through the swamp. You never know. Stuff's kind of sharp, whatever this grass is. There's a nice boardwalk through the swamp. Understand, in heavy rain conditions, some of this can be a little submerged. We haven't had heavy rain for a while, so probably be just fine today. Let's go see. Someone posted on Far Out, on the app we use for hiking, that this was one of their top favorite places on the entire AT. But let's judge for ourselves today. If there's anything worthwhile, I'll share. They did mention the cattails. See them all over here. It's pretty with the sun up there poking through the clouds a little. Real tall cattails over there. And some lovely green swamp water. Yeah, see the white thing on the wall? I'll tell you how deep it is. Instead of a green tunnel, we have a brown tunnel with this tall reeds. Some new green ones growing down below. Kind of cool. Cool little spot they set up here, these Adirondack chairs. A little spot to take a break. A little moment of zen out in the middle of the swamp with trucks in the background. What every nice boardwalk in the swamp needs is a train station. Hey, we go to New York City from here. Holy cow. See the AT sign over there? Well, the heck with this AT. Let's go into New York City. We're at New York Route 22. See the Metro North Railroad Appalachian Trail. This is the sign on 22 for that station you just saw. But once you come out heading north, there's a farm across the street. And walk up this way and cross over, and I see some hikers up there right now. I think that's Branch and Rock Lizard. I don't know, maybe not. Because Tony's Deli's behind us, but we don't need to go, so we're just going to keep hiking. We're going to head up this way, cross the street, and climb over that hill up there. First, a little friendly game of Frogger. Try not to lose. Here's where it joins back up. Just walk through this pasture or this meadow, I don't know what it is, and up the hill. Nice little walk through this big pasture. See the hikers way up there? A little hard to see because it's big out here. But nice easy uphill before we climb up and over those things. Those little hills or mountains. There's a little mountain laurel green tunnel. Mountain laurel has not started to bud. Oh, it's budded. Hasn't started flowering yet. All right, so far today, these last few miles of New York, I've had a tick. It was one of the large ones. It was easy to feel crawling. I got it. Bob just got one of the small ones like I had latched onto me the other day. That's two. It's not even 3 hours into the day yet. Might be an interesting day with ticks. We'll find out. Be careful out there. Look all over for me and Bob because we're wearing shorts. They tend to latch onto our legs or crawl on them. All right, I gotta walk through some mud. I'll see you. There's number 3 for the day. Little tiny thing. Coming up on Algo Shelter down there. It's the 1460 mile, 1460. It's the last shelter in New York. You know what that means. 3 or 4 more miles will be in Connecticut, and New York will be a thing of the past. So Algo Shelter has one tent platform, and they have the Dover Plains Library here. Borrow a book, share a book, take a book. Right next to the shelter. Shelter's right there. Privy's down the road, down the trail a little. Anyway, there's a better view. Nice, there's a water pump for the shelter, and there's a stream. This water supply contains coliform bacteria. Filter or disinfect prior to consumption. Lovely. All right, this road is a dual hollow road, D-U-E-L-L. Apparently, there's a bridge washed out somewhere back in woods there. So we'll see if it's blazed, but I believe the AT this year follows the road to go around that section of woods so you don't have to walk through the swamp or marsh. No, that's not it. We'll go up here. Last little bit of woods walking on a nice soft mulched area here before we have to do a little road walk. All right, after reading some comments and not seeing any white blazes here, but there is still the regular blaze trail here. We might just take it, and everything seems like it's dried up enough to be able to walk without getting wet. We're ready to find out. Not sure why far out and the blazes disagree this year, but sounds like that bridge has been washed out since 2019, so somebody's got to catch up here. Either reblaze a trail or change far out or something, I don't know. But anyway, I'll let you see. If there's anything worth seeing, I'll show you. If not, it just means it's a normal trail and you can just follow the white blazes and continue on about your day. All right, there's a little campsite here right next to the river crossing, a little creek crossing. It looks like the bridge there that got washed out. Apparently you can use this line and get across there without getting wet. We're about ready to find out. All right, I made it across this spot dry. There's a spot right down there. Bob made it across, I think, dry. This line might make it actually harder than just doing it. It's all wobbly, of course. Anyway, it worked. I think that's what the detour was for. Back onto the AT. That saved a 1.5 mile road walk. I don't know that it's any longer or shorter than the main AT, but the road hurts to walk on after a while. All right, this is one of 3 crosses over into Connecticut. The third one will be it. All right, orange pills up to 2 years. Somebody on this trail loves leaving orange and citrus pills. They have, I haven't seen them lately, but for several states, someone in front of us has been throwing their orange pills out. Anyway, welcome to Connecticut, gateway to New England. Let's do it. Here's the backside of that sign. I thought it might say welcome to New York, but it says you're leaving Connecticut. All right, check out the view from 10 Mile Hill, elevation 1,000 feet. No view right now. Maybe when the leaves are gone, there's a good view. I think that's the first climb in Connecticut or the last climb in New York, maybe a little bit of both. I believe we're in Connecticut still. We crossed back and forth a couple of times, so not sure. I know when we get up here to a covered bridge, Bull's Gap or Bull's Bridge or something like that, that'll be the end of New York permanently, and probably the start of some other fun with the Connecticut hills and mountains and rocks. And before I stop recording here, check out these fungi. All right, there's 10 Mile River, beautiful river. There's 10 Mile River Shelter. Well, that's the path to it. It's over that block wall, that what do you call it? The stone wall there, the old school stone wall. Must be on the other side of that. And there's some campsites coming up this way. Got 10 Mile Mountain or 10 Mile River Mountain, whatever that was called up there. 10 Mile River, 10 Mile River Shelter. I'm starting to see a theme. And some of the pictures show that I took of the closed water areas. This river is one of them. Don't drink out of it. There's heavy metals in it. You don't want to drink it. Go somewhere else, filter something else, just not there. Which I don't make a habit out of drinking out of a river anyway. Springs and little creeks up in the mountains are good. Rivers, yeah, they accumulate too much stuff. And who knows from the past. All right, let's get up here and cross over 10 Mile River. Here's the 10 Mile River campsites. There's a privy over there. And I think we're just going to cross over the river here. Here's the bridge. Look at that curve on the bridge. Pretty cool. Two rivers coming together here. There's a homestead trail if you want to skip half a mile of the AT, but we don't, so we're going to take the AT here along the river. We're 10 Mile met that other river. That other river's Housatonic. That's the last view for right now, it looks like, of the Housatonic River. Not sure if we'll get more on the trail as we go into the woods here or not. There's a little bit on the right. See it through the trees. There's a little moment of zen for courtesy of the Housatonic River. All right, another milestone. We created our own this time. It's camouflage. See if you can see it. That's 2/3 of the way to Katahdin for 2024. There may be other markers up here, but this is right at the beginning of the 2/3 mark. What is that? 1,464 miles, 1464.9. So we've got a little bit more to go, 1/3 to do. We're gonna take a little blue blaze down to Bull's Bridge. There's a little head knocker here. If you can't fit under that, you can't fit through the covered bridge coming up down the road here. Here it is, the famous Bull's Bridge in Kent, Connecticut. I think it's an 1800s old bridge. Fire rescue are doing some training down here on swift water rescue. Look at all these guys. It's hard to see them through the trees, but they're there. Right after Bull's Bridge, covered bridge, is Bull's Bridge Country Store. There's a Bull's Bridge Inn, open for dinner, it says. I think we're just gonna get a couple of snacks. We still have a few miles to walk today. And I think this is a sign for them too. Bull's Bridge Country Store. Don't believe everything you see on Far Out, but they have everything you need. It's not cheap. It's Connecticut. It's a country store. It's a tourist trap right around the corner. So we got a big bag of Fritos, some gummy stuff, Ben & Jerry's caramel chocolate cheesecake ice cream, and a Coke. That was 20 bucks. But it's a lot of money, but I'm hungry. And there's one big climb left, and I'm gonna have a little bit, not all this. Some of this is for camp later, but I'm gonna have a little bit of it and then go climb that hill over there. It's nothing major, but it's a good climb, and I was starting to get drained, so for a 3/10 mile walk, it was worth it to go blow a bunch of money. This money's starting to add up. I'm gonna have to go get another job when I get home. This is a hydroelectric facility next to Bull's Bridge. There's some of the water outflow, and that's what those fast water rescue training was going on from the outflow from the hydroelectric. It's fun when two cars meet in the middle of a covered bridge and no one wants to give. Here's the view from the east side of Scaticoke, I believe. Yeah, beautiful. Definitely worth the climb. It was a tough climb up here, but actually fairly decent footing for a change. All right, everyone, here's another milestone. We did the 2/3 a little earlier. Now we've knocked another state out. We've been in and out of New York and Connecticut all day. or for a few hours, zigzagging back across the border. But I think this is official. Now we're in Connecticut, and there goes a deer on cue. I don't know if you saw it on here, probably not. So now we're in Connecticut, so that leaves 5 states: Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. It's still a lot of miles to go and some real tough climbing up north, but for now we're in Connecticut. It's only 52 miles long. Should only be probably 3 days, 3 or 4 days, because today's a partial day since we started in New York. Tomorrow's going to be a short day as we meet up with the trail angel, hang out for a little while, probably get back on the trail, make a couple extra miles. Might only be 10 or 15 miles tomorrow. So we'll probably be out of Connecticut and into Massachusetts, yeah, in 3 days. We'll call it 3 days. We'll see how it goes. I understand Connecticut has a few rocks too, and it has already this morning and this afternoon. So let's see. We're done. 5 to go. 9 down, 5 to go. Still got a few miles tonight too. Let's not celebrate too much. We gotta make it to camp. That pint of ice cream and soda, I can feel it. Not in a good way. It's heavy, heavy. Maybe it'll turn to sugar soon and give me a little boost to get to camp. Yesterday, unfortunately, I drank a Monster about the same time of the day, and I slept terrible last night. Between sliding down the hill and all that caffeine in my blood, not a good night. So I think I'm feeling it today. I've been a little tired. So we'll try to get in here, get a good meal, some snacks, find a level spot, put our food in a bear locker, a bear container, and get some sleep. We'll see how that goes. There's the Scatticoke Mountain campsites. Somewhere over there, probably right down in that little area. But that's not home tonight. We still got 3 or 4 miles to go this way to the next shelter. Probably aren't staying in the shelter, but I think there's good tenting and all the other good stuff you want around the shelter. So we'll see. Might be crowded, might be empty, who knows. Little brown snake with a ring. Enjoy this nice little waterfall. All right, everyone, about a half mile to camp. It's called Mount Algo Shelter, mile 1472.9, 1,472.9. It's a lot of walking. Anyway, we're going to set up shop there for the night, get some good food, eat some of the snacks. I'll show you what I can from there. But this is a 21.7, I think, mile day, somewhere around there. We'll see when we put it in my spreadsheet. And if anyone tells you Connecticut is an easy state, it is not Maryland. It is rocky, it's steep. It's been a trying day. There have been a few flat spots to walk on, but lots of steep rocks up and down. Sometimes the downs were slower than the ups, but we got to see that Bull Bridge, the covered bridge, and saw some deer and all kinds of small creatures today. It was a productive day, although I'm tired, but I'll show you what I can when we get to camp, see if I got any decent shelter pictures for you or video for you. But still have a half mile to go. And like always, thanks for watching. Sorry, I'm about to drop the camera here. If there's anything you like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. thumbs up if you enjoyed today's commentary, and comments down below are always welcome. So appreciate all the support, and don't forget HikingWithSlowAndSteady@gmail.com. If you need to reach out and you don't want to leave it in the comments, feel free to email me there. HikingWithSlowAndSteady@gmail.com. Anyway, we'll catch up real soon. Bye. All right, here's the turnoff for Mount Algo Shelter. AT continues to the right. We're going to go over to the shelter, which is through the woods over there. See some tents, heard some people banging around. We'll stop down here. The water you may be able to hear. Get some water for the night and call it good. There's the shelter. Maybe you can see it now. All right, there's the setup for tonight. It's just a kind of modified lean-to. See the front porch is wide open. It's kind of similar to one of the images from my ocean to lake trail. If you can hear me, I'm not sure. I'm trying to whisper. It's getting dark out. So you have the bivvy set up, head and toe tied up. If you can see that, I'm not sure. But it's a wide open setup for tonight since it's no chance of rain and in the 50s. And should be a pretty decent night. So I just wanted some airflow. It was too hot last night. And the ground is flat. That said, I'm gonna say goodnight, hit the sack, catch you in the morning.